Hello everybody, it's Maikito. Going over yesterday's picks. Absolutely swept the board yesterday. I had an added play that I added 30 minutes before the game started, and that was Florian Wirtz higher than 2 shots. He hit, he came off, he got substituted out, but he still hit and had 3. Neuer under 2.5 saves. That one hit easily. Scotland didn't even get a single shot the whole game. They did get a goal, and that was an own goal. They didn't even shoot. They didn't have a single shot on target. That was easy. Tony Cruz higher than 95.5 passes. That one hit easily as well. He got subbed out, and he still hit this. Germany controlled the ball, like I said. Angus gun lower than 3.5, higher than 3.5 saves. That one hit. Germany was absolutely dominant. They were shooting at will pretty much, and he had plenty of opportunities to get the save, which is what he did. And then my money line, Germany second half threw a money line. They scored, and then Scotland scored, so it was 1-1. And then Germany scored again with like 2 minutes to go and hit for us. So swept the board. It was a great start for the first game of the Euro tournament, and hopefully we can build that momentum and have another great day tomorrow. There's a couple games. There's 3 games. One at like 8 in the morning Central Time. So I did find some picks that I did like. Like always, I didn't want to force any picks, so I only picked ones that I did like. And if I do have any other added plays, I'll make sure to add those about an hour or 30 minutes, between 30 minutes and an hour before kickoff time tomorrow, so I can straight into the picks that I have. My first one, I normally don't do this. This is pretty much a price picks only play because I don't think Underdog has this one. And it's when you go to the shots on a player, you can click the little arrow to change the line, and that's for Roland Salai to go higher than 1.5 shots, playing for Hungary, going up against Switzerland. He plays an attacking midfielder for them, and you might be wondering why I don't pick Dominik Szoboszlai, which is the better player. But the reason why is because Salah, in my opinion, is much more of a shooter compared to Szoboszlai. And for Hungary, Szoboszlai plays as a playmaker, distributor. He'll shoot, sure, but he mainly focuses on the passing aspect and setting up his teammates rather than shooting. While Salah, he's much more of a shooter, and he shoots when he's given the opportunity. For context, when he played for Hungary in the Nations League, he averaged over 3 shots per 90. When he played in the Bundesliga, he averaged 2.7. And when he played in the Europa League for Freiburg, he averaged 4.38. So it's just to show you that he shoots, given an opportunity. He's a natural shooter, and in my opinion, he's underrated. He could easily fit in a team like an Everton or a Brighton, a small like a team like that. He's underrated, and Switzerland allow a decent amount of shots, honestly. And I just like the safetiness at 1.5. You can take him at 2 because obviously if this hits, he has at least 2. So the worst that can happen is to push. But I like the safetiness that you can get at 1.5. And when Hungary defend, they like to press. Switzerland, when they attack, they like to play around the back. So there's plenty of opportunities for Hungary to pressure this Switzerland back line, especially when Switzerland has the ball. So I just like this spot for a player that I know is going to be shooting if it's given an opportunity. So I like Roland Salai to go higher than 1.5 shots. My second prop is on the other side for Switzerland is Xherdan Shaqiri to go lower than 2 shots assisted. And what shots assisted is, for those that don't know, is he makes a pass to his teammate and his teammate shoots from that pass. So in my opinion, I just think this is just a little too high. If it was at 1.5, I'd fade. But I like the safetiness at 2 because I do not think he'll get 3 against Hungary. And when Switzerland attack, they attack by getting the ball wide. And then the midfielders, attacking midfielders, they make runs behind the defenders, and then they're the ones that are aggressive and shoot. And I say that because he's gonna be an attacking midfielder, not a winger, because he's not as fast as he used to be, and he has experience out there, and he's gonna be much more of an offensive role in my opinion. He's gonna be making those runs. He's not really gonna be relied upon to make those passes. He has other teammates like Xhaka and Ndoye to make those plays so that he doesn't have to, in my opinion. And he hasn't been a distributor really for his club or his country. Even for Chicago Fire, where he plays, he averages 1 chance created per 90. Like I said, I just like the safetiness that you get by taking it at 2. And if you look at who he's playing with, his teammates, he's 32. He's not like super old or anything, but all his other teammates are much younger, at least the more important attacking ones, such as Vargas, Ruben Vargas, Amdouni, and Ndoye. So when it comes to them trying to defend the lead or even trying to attack and try to win the game or tie the game, I feel like he'll be one of the first ones to get subbed out just because of being able to get fresh legs and stuff like that. So I just don't think he has the stamina that he used to. So mixed with the fact that I don't think he gets that many, he's not a distributor for his team. That's not what he's gonna be there for, and that he can get subbed out because he has younger players around him. I like Xherdan Shaqiri to go lower than 2 shots assisted. And then my final play that I have on the Italy-Albania side for Italy, it is Gianluigi Donnarumma to go lower than 2 saves. Like Germany, I think Italy have an underrated defense. They have good players like De Marco, Di Lorenzo, Barella. They have Buongiorno. They have Bastoni. They have good defenders that's gonna help Donnarumma make his job much easier. And when Italy defend, they like to press. They don't sit back like they used to, like previous teams that they've had. This Italy side likes to press when they defend, and they like to win the ball back. They like to cut off passing lanes whenever the opposition has the ball. They press, and they like to cut off lanes so that the other team is pressured, either have to kick the ball away or force them into making mistakes. So I think Italy is going to be have high possession of the ball, be ball dominant, which is obviously good for us because that means less attacks for Albania and less chances for Donnarumma to even have an opportunity to even get those saves. And Albania will likely defend deep. If they try to press Italy, Italy's team is much better. They can easily take the ball back, punish them for their mistakes, hold the ball. Albania will, in my opinion, very likely just sit back and try to absorb the Italy pressure and try to hit them on the counter. But Italy when they defend, they have at least 3 or 4 back, so they're not going to have a good opportunity to attack anyways. And it's not like Albania have a good attack. They don't have any standout players. Their best attacker is Brohan, and he's their striker, but he's not going to have good teammates to be able to give him the ball. And I don't even know if Albania will even get 3 shots on target in the first place, which is what he needs to at least be able to get those 3 saves. So I like the safetyness at 2 as well, because I do not think he'll get 3. It's very likely that he even ends with 0. They need to take advantage of this matchup. Italy does, because it's going to be the easiest game they have this whole tournament. So they need to take advantage of this matchup, try to win it by the goal difference, defend well, attack well. So I like Gianluigi Donnarumma to go lower than 2 saves. I do have one lean, and that is Tomas Rakosha, lower than 4 saves against Italy, playing for Albania. And the reason why it's a lean is for 2 reasons. One, I don't know how free-flowing Italy's going to be when they attack. And 2, I don't even know he's going to be the starter. It's between him and Berisha. Different sources say Berisha, different sources say Rakosha, and I don't know which one's going to start, and I won't know till before kickoff, which is why it's a lean. And the reason why I also like it is because Italy is a pretty clinical team. In 6 games that they played in the Nations League, they scored 12 goals from 22 shots on target. So almost half of their shots that they took on target were goals. So if, for example, Italy gets 6 shots on target, very likely they score 3 of them. He won't even have an opportunity to get those saves, and I just think he does not get 5. Albania, when they played in the Nations League against much weaker opposition, only averaged 3.5 saves. So we just need him to not get 5. It's a lean. I'm just not sure if he's going to play, which is why. But I do like Rakosha to go lower than 4 saves. I want to give a shout out to my partner Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito, linked in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. And I also have my Fliff linked in there with my promo code. That's a mobile app you can use for money lines, like the one I gave yesterday with the Germany second half. You can use that one as well. And then I also have my memberships available that if totally optional, obviously. It's just for those that want to get the videos out early to try to avoid potential bumps or plays getting taken away. It doesn't change any of the content. It's just for those that want to get the videos out early. And then I also have my Cashapp linked. Donating is never a requirement. It's just if you want to support the channel and support me, it's very much appreciated. Anything helps, but again, never required. And I appreciate anybody and thank anybody who supports me in any way. I have 2 moneyline plays that I like. You can take those separately because you're getting a decent payout for both of them. But for the first one, I have Italy -1.5 versus Albania, which means I think Italy, obviously I think Italy's going to win, but I think they win by 2 or more. And the reason why is because they have to. Italy has to take advantage of this weak matchup against Albania. Their next 2 games are against Spain and Croatia. So I feel like goal difference is going to be very crucial for them to get at least a 2nd place spot and not have a 3rd place game and potentially play a very, very tough team. So they're going to need to take advantage of this weaker matchup. Goal difference is going to be crucial. They definitely outclass Albania by a long shot. They have players like Scamacca, Chiesa, Di Marco, Di Lorenzo, Barella. They have Fratesi, who was their top scorer in the Nations League and stuff like that. So I think this is gonna be an easy matchup for Italy. Obviously, you can't underestimate anybody, but I think this matchup is for them. They're patient in the build up, and when they attack, they're direct. And I feel like it's gonna be too much for this Albania side, who are gonna be overwhelmed by Italy's press. They're gonna make a lot of mistakes. Italy's gonna capitalize on them, and like I said, they need to take advantage of this matchup against Albania. They're gonna end there, like I mentioned earlier on the Strakosha pick. Italy are clinical when they're given opportunities. They're pretty well at taking advantage of those chances. And they, like I said, especially Scamacca, who in my opinion is going to be very important because he had a really good season for Atalanta. And if he can keep up that form against Albania, I like this play. You can even get this at plus money right now. So I like Italy -1.5 against Albania. And then my second play, this is one that some people might disagree with, but I like it, and that's the Spain money line against Croatia. I don't think they lose against Croatia. It's just whether they draw against them, but I think they take the win. And the reason why is because this game is going to be a battle of the midfields. It's going to be the Brozovic and Modric side versus the Rodri and Pedri side. And I think Rodri is going to be the main key to this. He's, in my opinion, the best player in this Spain side right now. And he's going to be the most important player for them. Spain, when they defend man-to-man. They're not like a zonal type team where they like concentrate on defending the certain midfield or like defending them central. No, they're more about defending man-to-man. And they play a pretty high line. While Croatia, they attack, they rely on the midfield. Pretty much they very heavily rely on the midfield, and they rely on Modric for them to find a striker pass back to midfield, and midfield pass back to a striker. And I think Spain's going to be doing really well when it comes to intercepting those balls and playing against man-to-man against Croatia. And I think it's going to be too much for them. And Croatia surprises people every time, but I think it's getting to the point where they're a little too, like, they don't do well when it comes to Euros. While they do well in the World Cup, the Euros is not really where they strive. And I just think the Spain side has way too much depth, way better depth than this Croatia side. Croatia doesn't really have anybody they can play off the bench to like spark their attack or their defense. While Spain, they're going to be starting Morata, they're going to be starting Yamal, they're going to be starting Nico Williams, who are all pretty good, especially Nico and Yamal. And they still have good players that they can play off the bench, like Ferran Torres. They can play Joselu. They have plenty of players they can play off the bench that can spark and have a positive impact against this Croatia side. So I think Spain will overwhelm Croatia. Croatia are a good team. They're good defensively, don't get me wrong. I just like Spain's depth, and I like the value you're getting here. So I like the Spain money line going against Croatia. Thank you everybody for watching. If you guys could like the video, comment if you have some time. It helps boost the video to more people. I cashed out last video, and hopefully we can get this out to more people so we can cash out them as well. Hopefully we do well like we did yesterday. More games coming. Like I said, videos every day, every other day. So I appreciate if you guys subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you know exactly when these videos come out, because they do tend to bump the lines that I give out and take them away. So if you want to have notifications on, that would be great. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night and we can cash out again tomorrow.